What's going on, everybody? This is Temperature Check. I am your host, as always, man. Mr. Check the Temperature. How y'all doing? Before we get started with today's content, I must do what I always do anytime you see me on your screen, and that's thank you guys for the likes, comments, shares, most importantly, those subscriptions. So whether you be a day one fan, somebody who just started watching me today, man, I greatly appreciate it. If you're loving what I got going on my YouTube, you want to see more of me, easy. Hit me up on my social medias. You can check me out on Twitter, Mr. Temp Check, and you can hit me up on Instagram, Mr. Check the Temperature. But before we get started off in today's recap of Smack Volume 7, man, I know you see that new drip. I told y'all them dad hats was like that. I got a sample for y'all. So you see the dad hat with the temperature check stitching, black stitching on the back, man. That hat is $25. And of course, I got to show y'all a couple of hoodies. I had 4 colorways. Got sold out of one on the first day. So, of course, we got the red. Got the cool gray for you, man. And last but not least, man, you know I got that Stone Cold Killer Black for you. So, if you are interested in any of that temperature check apparel, man, hit me up in my DMs. Hit me up on my social medias. Again, the hats are going to be $25 plus shipping. If you get a hoodie, man, it's going to be $45 small to XL plus shipping. If double XL or above, going to add $5 plus the shipping. So tap in with Mr. Check the Temperature. Tap in with the Temperature Check brand, and let's continue to grow this thing. But we got to talk Smack Volume 7. So, man, before we get started with the recap, we definitely got to send thoughts and prayers out to Shotgun Suge, man. He fell ill on Thursday, and unfortunately, because he was so sick, he was not able to compete. Therefore, that B-Dot and Shotgun Suge battle did not happen. But they do look like they are going to reschedule that for a later date. So prayers and get well wishes going out to Shotgun Suge. But first battle of the night, Arsenal the Rebel versus Danny Meyers. Now, this is what I'll say before I get into that battle, man. One of the biggest critiques is I did not like the venue, man. It was too open. What were y'all battling in, like the back of an elementary school? Were you in the back of a Home Depot? And then Jay Black and Sue Surf, where were y'all? Y'all was in the boiler room? Y'all was in the boiler room? What? Y'all spent all that money on COVID tests earlier in 2020. Now y'all ain't got no budget for no venues. We gotta clean that up better. You know what I'm saying? Kings versus Queens is coming up in a couple weeks, man. Y'all gotta clean that up better. Y'all definitely gotta tighten that up because the audio was a little sketchy because of the echoes, and I think because of the battle rappers and the way they were moving throughout that venue, man, moving back and forth, left to right, all type of stuff was going on. So I'm gonna give you a brief summary of this Arsenal versus Danny Meyers, man. So Danny Meyers goes first, and I mean Danny Meyers is who you think he was. He, you know what I'm saying, he was really coming with a high level of penmanship, a high level of energy, disrespect. He had solid rounds, all 3 rounds, man. For Arsenal the Rebel, you know, man, it's Arsenal the Rebel is a hard dude to bet on. That's why I do not bet. But if I was to bet, Arsenal the Rebel is definitely one of the most up and down battlers that you can probably bet on. Yes, he is a winner. Yes, he is a legend. Yes, I actually picked him to win this battle because going off his latest transactions, I thought that he was on a run. I mean, you think what he did with Official, but then he had to slip up with Bill Collector in the 1-rounder. But then he came right back against Jerry West. So you see what he's doing on the URL stages in 2020, and he was moving the pen and he was rapping in those small rooms and really asserting himself as a legend. But when you got to Danny Meyers was a different level of focus, man. The keys to victory for Danny Meyers, I thought, was not to try to be disrespectful as Arsenal the Rebel. Allow Arsenal the Rebel to do what he do. Danny Meyers, you do what you do, and you did exactly that, sir. You kept the level of disrespect. However, you really just stayed true to who you are and really just showed a level of penmanship and a level of aggression and just I get performance that, you know what I'm saying, Arsenal did not have and could not compete with. With this battle, man, I had it 2-1 clear for Danny Meyers. I will say I did give Arsenal the third only because of the angle that Danny Meyers used in the third. Arsenal had actually counter wrote for that. And so that is why I gave Arsenal that round. I thought that was at least good planning by him. But I mean, on the app, on the URL app, man, they got, or the fan vote had him getting smoked 3-0. And it wasn't even close. I'm talking about thousands of votes. thousands of votes. So this is what I say. Danny Meyers, you've been here before. You have been here before, Danny. Let's not act like you have not, man. 2019, you came out with a solid 2019. People had you as an early champion of the year contender. 2020, you came out with a solid beginning of your 2020 campaign. People had you as one of the leaders going into champion of the year again. 21, you just got done smoking drugs, and then you come back 2 weeks later, and from what the battle rap community is saying, you beat Arsenal the Rebel 3-0. At this point in time, Danny Meyers, you were on a roll, but then you go and you about to go to Flint, Michigan and do this battle against, I don't know, some young woman and on the N's and B's card. Danny Meyers, come on. Your stock is high. You just beat Arsenal. You don't have to take that battle, man. But I know you will, and I'm sure you're going to do great in it. But if it was me, I would be a lot more selective with who you battling and really stay to who you said you were going to battle in 2020. And I saw you called out Loaded Lux. I mean, at the rate you are performing, sir, Daylight is interested in this battle, man. I think a Danny Meyers and Daylight battle will possibly be in the works for 2021 if Danny can continue this level of evolution. He is evolving before our eyes, really maturing, taking out all of the over top energy that people do not like about him, and he's just really just rapping and getting his point across and really showing you his level of penmanship. You can't get mad at that. So the next battle on the card was DNA versus Av, man. What can you say about DNA at this point in time, man? This no bar DNA, he is different. He is different. You know, Av, I don't know what's really going on with Av. You know, obviously he battled the COVID situation in 2020. He's no longer a part of Cave Gang now, so he's definitely standing on his own 2 feet. So you got to respect him for that. But, I mean, he came out swinging in the first. You know, I definitely had him winning clear in the first, and I thought if he was able to stay where he was at, he could possibly win this. But when DNA went in that second and that third, man, he just showed there was levels. There is levels to battle rap, and DNA is showing you why he is probably the most underrated battle rapper in the URL right now. He is an early champion of the year contender. He also called out Loaded Lux. Loaded Lux, it looks like you got a full plate for 2021, sir. I know you got Daylight coming up in July, I do believe. But you got a lot of people that's calling you out that you really don't have a reason not to battle. Why can't you battle a DNA at this point? Why can't you battle a Danny Meyers at this point if Danny Meyers continues to give you this level of consistency, high-level performing? I'm just saying, this is something that we need to really pay attention to because, again, Loaded Lux, I think the mystique of Loaded Lux is starting to fade away. It is, man. The shine is starting to dull on Loaded Lux, and people are starting to come outside and challenge him. So I don't know if they are ready or they have seen the kink in the armor or what it is, but Loaded Lux, get ready, sir, because like you're about to have a very interesting 2021. But again, like I said, man, I had DNA 2-1 clear. My advice for Av, and I saw Daylight say this, and I think he's 100% correct. His bars is there. You hear the punches. His bars are there, but he needs a signature move. He needs that thing to put him over the top. My biggest thing with Av is use your height and your physical presence as an advantage. You're not really like towering over these battle rappers and barking on them like you should be. Like if you had the mentality of a K-Shine with your body being 6'2", 6'3", with a K-Shine type of aggression, K-Shine type of attitude, kind of bravado, man, you would be incredible. But again, the pin is definitely there. The punches are definitely there. It's just he's missing something. So I definitely hope he goes back to the drawing board and comes back ready to perform. But shout out to DNA. Man, DNA looks like he's about to be one of them. The DNA, whew, he has an agenda, and it looks like he's about to complete that agenda. So here we go. Next on the card, we had K-Shine versus Chilla Jones. You know, in the face-off yesterday, K-Shine asked Chilla Jones, could he 3-0 him? Chilla said he could. K-Shine asked him, would you 3-0 me tomorrow? Chilla didn't answer. K-Shine took it as if he did state that he was going to 3-0 him. I think this is going to be a lot closer battle on the watch back than it was in the building. Because in the building on the app, man, I mean, my goodness, the app had K-Shine taking his first 30, I think, in a while. But I do believe it was a lot closer than that. I think Chilla Jones is really showing his elevation, his penmanship. He's really rising to the occasion each and every time, man. He's an underdog each and every battle, but it just seems like he just finds a way to win. He finds a way to do what we think he can't do, and do it well enough to get a decisive victory. And that's what he did against K-Shine. It was pretty on camera. First watch, it looked like Chilla was definitely winning clearly. But again, like I said, I talked to one of the homies, and he pointed out, which is, I mean, an astute analysis, that if you look at Chilla's performance in this battle, he's bringing lines back. Now, he might be bringing them back in a clean way. He's not stuttering or slipping or blipping or things of that nature, but he's still bringing those lines back. And we know K-Shine does not like bringing lines back. He just continues to go. And you know he has that high level of energy and high level of performance. And I mean, he brought that. He brought that. Let's not make no mistake about that. K-Shine was in for a fight, and he fought like hell. But I think Chilla was a little bit too much tonight. I definitely think Chilla was a little bit too much. Hey, man, you calling out my guy? You calling out Kid Chaos, Chilla? I'm going to have to go with Sue Surf's advice on this one. Opportunity like that, you just got done battling K-Shine, who had arguably not lost a round since Summer Madness 6. You just gave him his first L since Hitman Holla, Summer Madness 6. And the person that you have on your mind is Kid Chaos. That says a lot about Kid Chaos to me. To me, it says a lot about Kid Chaos. And again, it's 2020 class, but we'll get back into that in the next battle. But like Sue Surf said, man, and like I always say, in order to be treated like a king, you must first treat yourself like a king. And K-Shine also agreed. Chilla, you have to come out here and talk your ish. You have to let the battle rap community know that you are one of those ones. You are the top guy in the URL right now. I think Champion of the Year has now been sold up because, again, I know y'all was holding on your votes. I know you were holding on to your votes. So, definitely think Chilla just locked up Champion of the Year for 2020. Absolutely. Beating the B-Dot, beating the K-Shine. I mean, the only person that could possibly have been in the argument was Ill Will, and you're not giving Ill Will Champion of the Year over Chilla Jones, seeing what you just saw. Kid Chaos. You have been warned, Kid Chaos. We're gonna talk about it. I'm gonna try to lock up that interview with my dog, man. We're gonna have to talk because he might be in for the battle of his career, and I think he might shock some people. But, you know, again, we'll say that for a later date. Let's get to the next battle, man. The next battle on the card was the return of New Jersey Twerk versus Jay the Nightwing. Now, I picked Jay the Nightwing to win this battle. I just believe that he has been performing at a level of consistency. He knows what this battle could do for his career, taking Twerk on a comeback, possibly beating a Twerk on a comeback when no one else in the URL wanted him. Think about that. Arsenal had already battled Twerk, so he couldn't get him. Tay-Rock said he did not want Twerk on a comeback battle. No one wanted to take Twerk on this comeback battle except for Jay the Nightwing. And Jay the Nightwing brought it. Jay the Nightwing brought it. I'm not going to lie to you. He stood in front of one of Twerk's powerful rounds. That first round, which you already knew was going to be explosive because it was his first round back. I mean, he overwrapped. And I think that also hurt Twerk. He overwrapped in the first. Now, most of these rounds were 3-minute rounds, but it felt like, for me, Twerk's first round was probably double that. I think he wrote a 4 to 5 minute round, but it ended up being like 6 with crowd reaction. Oh, yes. Oh, yes, the pilot light was on at Smack Volume 7 for that battle. Definitely that round one. The gas was in the arena. My goodness. Now, was the gas warranted? I say yes, to a degree. But when you heard Jay rap, it was a You heard a lot more of those than you literally would see people running around the room when Twerk would drop a punchline. The gas was, to me, the gas was evident. But you know what? What did I say about Twerk? Twerk is a sprinter. He's not a marathon runner. And in battle rap, in a 3-round battle, you need to be a marathon runner. And I think for Jay was able to run that marathon and run it cleanly. Run it cleanly. 3 clean rounds. Great material. He was funny. He was angling. He was punching. He was giving us everything we wanted to see. He was multi-layered. So, yeah, man, Twerk in a second, like I said, he slipped up a little bit. You started to get a little nervous for him, but he got it back. But this third round by Jada Nightwing, I mean, my goodness, my Lord. Wow. That is what we're looking for. This is why the 2020 class has so much momentum and so much confidence when they're going up against the vets, because ain't nobody killing them. I mean, okay, Lou got killed by DNA. I'll give you that. But outside of that, who else? They are having dog fights with people they shouldn't be having dog fights with. They're gaining confidence against people they shouldn't be gaining confidence with. So you telling me that Jay, the Nightwing, had a third round like that against Twerk? And Twerk, in your third round, what in the hell were you doing, sir? You tried to freestyle, ended up choking. You choked in your return battle. I don't know what to do with you, Twerk. When I think about your last 2 battles, 7 months you had for Swamp. He left you crying in the parking lot. You have the horrific car accident. And shout out to you for even coming back in the battle rap. But if you were going to come back, you were supposed to come back with 3 full rounds of solid material. You gave us 2. What is going on in Jersey? Are y'all taking a Sue Surf workshop to battle rap? What is going on? Is he teaching seminar classes for Jersey rappers? What is going on? I don't understand. I had Jay 2-1, second and third, and I really had that first kind of close. That first on the watch back, don't tell me he got a gentleman's 30. Because, again, it was a lot of gas in there, but, again, Twerk was amazing in that first. But, again, Jada Nightwing 2-1. The third round from Twerk was so bad that on the fan vote, he only had 642 votes. In the third round, 642 votes. Jada Nightwing had like 6,500. Think about that. Put that in perspective. Last and certainly not least, man, the main event that honestly was not a main event, definitely was a disappointing battle in my eyes personally. Tay Rock versus A-Verb. Me being from St. Louis, you know who I went with. I went with the Island God. You know, he came out there with the throwback blues jersey on, and I said, okay. I seen the forces. I said, okay, he ready. He must have had some Chinamen. He must have had some emos. Did you have a vest soda today? But, man, in the first round, I knew something was up. Verb did not look comfortable. He was stumbling over words, having to bring words and lines back. That's not Verb. That's not the Verb that we know. And I'll be honest with you. I think another reason why this battle looked a certain type of way on cam was because Smack took out the crowd. Why are you taking out the crowd? Why did you take out the crowd for what? Because you got to think about it. You had all that energy from the Jada Nightwing and Twerk battle. Then you removed the energy and you left us with A-Verb and Tay-Rock by themselves with you. That was not a good decision, sir. Not a good decision at all. But again, like I said, A-Verb just did not look comfortable. He did not look comfortable. Not rounds 1, 2, or 3. Yes, I said it. I got rocked with the 30. I got rocked dropping the 30 clip on Verb, which I was glad to see the old Rock back to an extent, man. He had the big flat bill hat, but then he had these OJ gloves on. What was up with that? You couldn't have been worried about COVID that bad. Because who was you touching? You wasn't touching no doorknob, shaking no hands or nothing like that. So I was a little confused. But, you know, you can have it. Overall, man, I thought the event was good. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'd probably give it a 7.5. 7.5, 8. Definitely. I would have loved to see a better fight between Arsenal and Danny Meyers. Obviously, Tay-Rock and A-Verb did not live up to expectations. I definitely would have wanted to see a closer fight with that. And then New Jersey Twerk with him choking on his comeback battle. I mean, you already got me blocked, so what's the worst you can do to me now? I'm just saying. But y'all let me know what y'all think, man. I am going to do a bar for bar breakdown for these battles, man. Y'all let me know what battles y'all want me to do a bar for bar for, because I ain't going to do them for all of them, because y'all don't want to see all of them, because some of these joints is clear. Like, y'all probably don't. Do you want me to do one for Tay-Rock and A-Verb? I could. Y'all got to let me know in the comment section. What did you think about the event? Who did you have winning? Again, temperature check apparel. You see the hats. You saw the hoodies, man. Get with me, and they're going by fast. This is Temperature Check. I am your host, as always, man. Mr. Check the Temperature. Like, comment, subscribe to the channel, and like always, we just getting started.